So hello everyone, welcome to Triaright. This is pack 365. Myself Sujit. So in this session, we are going to create a project that is called our bank account. Means we are trying to create a bank account. Means if a user wants to join, first you need to give all credential. Then here, whenever we are trying to create some data members, but at that time we cannot create for the public access specifier. Here we are trying to create the private access specifier. Then after, if you are trying to use your private access specifier, we know that we cannot use outside the class. Then how to make it possible? By the help of our getter and setter. Also this concept will be work on our real time also. Whenever you are trying to create an account in any bank, somebody will not see your all the data. Means there are some privacy are there. Means first you need to give the pin, then only you can see all your details. Means if you are don't know or you can forget your password also, still you cannot access all the things. Means they are provide some security. Okay, so how to do that? If in case there are some error, you can go to visit your bank, then only they will be clarified. Means if you are the proper person or not. Okay, so just like that we are trying to build the same concept by using our encapsulation concept. So guys, every time whenever we are trying to create any oops concept, that purely based upon our object and class. So first we are trying to create a class. So here I am trying to create a class called our bank account. Okay, so after I'm creating a class, now my requirement will be, I don't need to create the common property. So here I can directly pass that particular thing, because I can directly go to a bank, then only I need to specify. That's why. So how to define our uncommon property? Okay, so every time we are just try to create our constructor. So how to create constructor? By the help of our double underscore init double underscore. So here it will be taking one mandatory argument, that is called cell, to store the current object address. Okay, now here I need to pass all my data members. So here I need to pass name, then here I need to pass pin, then here I need to pass phone number, then here I need to pass my Aadhaar. Or we can say that if I try to use your balance also, it's okay. Okay, now my requirement will be, fast after getting all the things, now my requirement will be, I need to save. Okay, because for every different user these property are different. That's why first we are trying to save that, but here we are trying to make this data member to our private access specifier. So how to make a data members into private access specifier? By the help of our double underscore. So here we are using the double underscore. So now we are trying to save name equal to name. Okay, after that here first we are trying to save our pin also. So every time we are just try to use our double underscore. Okay, the next one will be self dot double underscore phone. Okay, so here I need to save my phone also. The next one, self dot double underscore Aadhaar. Here also I need to save the same data. The last one will be self dot double underscore balance. I need to save balance. So as of now, I'm just trying to create. Okay, suppose if I'm trying to create object, it's okay. Okay, so now first I need to create an object. Based on that, we are trying to give. So guys, here we are trying to give the data when the object will be created. But here also we are trying to use our concept called our parameter also. Means whenever we are trying to calling or accessing by the help of our object reference, at that time here we are trying to pass some value. Okay, because every time we are just try to directly call, but now we are trying to use our argument concept. Okay, so here I'm first I'm creating for my user one. Here I'm taking. Okay, so because there are different type of users, so here I'm taking user one. So how to create? So first I need to pass my class name. After passing class name, here I need to provide my name. After that, here I need to provide my pin code. Suppose here I'm passing 1 2 3. Then the next one will call out phone number. So here I need to pass my phone number. Okay, then Aadhaar number. Okay, then my balance. Okay, so suppose here I'm passing 20,000. Okay, as of now we are done with that. So now first my requirement will be, I don't use all the things because as of now, these will be treated as my private access specifier. If I'm trying to access all the things, it will be not possible. Okay, directly we cannot do that. So how to make that? First, we are trying to make this possible by the help of our getter method. Means we are trying to send the data to my setter method. So here first I'm trying to use all the getter method. So what is my requirement? Means if my requirement will be I want to know all the details. So means I need to first send the getter as my name, then phone number and the balance. If my requirement will be now to check. Okay. So how to do that each and everything now we are going to see now. Okay guys. So yeah, so here guys, we are trying to set that particular thing. So how to get that? So here I am using getter. So guys, as the previous session also, I'm already tell that there will be no mandatory that you can set this name. Okay, if I get this name also, it's okay. If I try to change it also, it's okay. Okay, so but now every time I just need to set the same. So here I am using getter. Okay, so this getter will be taking one mandatory argument that is called myself. After it getting, now my requirement will be I want to return that particular thing. So here I am writing return. Okay, so return my self dot double underscore name. So here I am trying to return. So guys, if my requirement will be I want to only send one data, so at that time I can use one getter, but here I need to send multiple data. That's why for don't conflict among all the getter method, now we are trying to change. So here I am trying to say that first why I am trying to use the getter I will be explaining, then what is the conflict or disadvantages. That's why here I need to change. Okay, so here I am writing def. Okay, so this is also same like what. Okay, then next the get my phone number. Okay, now my requirement will be I want to know my phone number. So here I am using, because we cannot access directly. That's why first we need to send outside. So here I am using return self dot double underscore phone. Okay, now the next one will be if my requirement will be get balance. So here I am typing get bal. So here it will be taking one mandatory argument self. So here also I need to return that. So self dot double underscore bal. Okay, now then if my requirement will be I want to pass the Aadhaar also, it's okay. So here I am creating def get Aadhaar. Okay, if I want to display. So here I need to return that particular thing. So return self dot double underscore Aadhaar equal to Aadhaar. Okay. So self dot double underscore Aadhaar equal to Aadhaar. Okay. Why it will be giving you that error? Okay, okay, why? Yeah. Now we are trying to send outside. Then now my requirement will be I want to set some value. Okay, means here I am passing. If my requirement will be I want to change. So how to change? By the help of our setter. Means you cannot directly change. So now first if my requirement will be I want to change my phone number. So here I need to create my setter. So if I try to write setter, then it will be getting confusion. That's why here I am using set phone number. Okay, set phone. So here also it will be taking one mandatory argument self, but here we are trying to pass one more argument that is called my phone. Okay, now if I'm trying to pass this phone, it will be taking the phone that will be getting from my whenever I'm trying to create that. So now here I need to make some condition also. Means whatever the phone number I'm getting, that phone number must be 10 digit. If not, then it will be give me a error. So here how to check? So if the length of str of phone, because as of now we're trying to giving in the form of our integer, because integer have no length property. That's why here I'm using. So here I need to specify that particular thing double equal to, so length double equal to 10. If this condition becoming true, here I need to set that self double underscore phone equal to phone. Means if your requirement, if you want to change, then at that time only you can change. If I'm not calling, this will be not getting affected. Okay, now whenever if you are passing a extra number, so at that time I need to make a false condition. So here I need to write my else part. So here I need to write invalid phone number. Okay, invalid phone number. Okay, now if my requirement will be I want to set my pin also. In the ATM also you are trying to set your pin. So at that time here I need to use my set pin. Here also it will be taking one mandatory argument called self, and here it will be taking pin, because if I try to set a pin we need to update that particular things, guys, right? So here also I'm trying to make a condition that the length should be 3 digit. Okay, so here I am passing length str of whatever the pin I am getting already, or whatever the pin I am entering, that must be equal to 3. Okay, so then only I need to update that particular pin. Okay, so self dot, okay, self dot double underscore equal to pin. Okay, if this condition becoming false, so here I need to update that particular thing. Pin must be 3 digits. Okay, so now as of now we are trying to use the getter and setter. So now we are trying to create our functionality. Means if my requirement will be I want to deposit. Okay, we are trying to create for deposit, or we are trying to create for our withdrawal. So we are trying to use for my deposit. Okay, because in the previous we are already seeing for the withdrawal. Okay, that's why. So how to create a object method? Because here we are trying to create for this object only, because these are my uncommon property. That's why whenever we are trying to modify or accessing, at that time we are trying to use our object method. So how to create object method? Directly you are trying to pass def keyword, then here you can write your deposit, and here you need to pass it. So every time we are just try to pass the amount, here means we are not creating a another instance. Okay, so here I am passing amount. Okay, now my requirement will be I want to deposit. So if my requirement will be I want to deposit something, means that particular should be greater than 0 and less than 20,000. So here I need to specify that. Okay, amount, okay, greater equal to 0 and amount less than equal to 20,000. If this condition becoming satisfied, then only I need to update that particular things. Okay, so here I need to update in my balance, or we can say that BEL. So here I need to write self dot double underscore BAL equal to my whatever the amount I am getting from my user. Okay, because here if I try to create for user input also it's okay, but I am try to take the positional parameter. That's why here I'm taking. Okay, after this I need to print that particular things that successfully added. Okay, so here I need to add that particular amount is added. Okay, added successfully. Okay, now when this condition becoming false, here I need to write invalid one. Okay, so here I need to write invalid amount. Okay, now if my requirement will be I want to get all the details. Oh, so here also I need to create so. Okay, so details. Okay, you can create n number of methods. Okay, that's why. So here also it will be taking one mandatory argument. Okay, so I need to write all the details. So here I can write account holder name is. So here I can pass self dot double underscore name. Why we can possible? Because we are trying to pass that particular things. Okay, because we are getting this name. That's why it will be possible. Okay, now we are just trying to copy all the things or whatever the need we want. So we can get the phone number, the balance, and the other card. Okay, so here I can write balance, or we can say that other also. Okay, phone number also we can pass, guys. Yeah, so the phone number also we can pass. So yeah, so if I'm trying to run all the things, okay, as of now, if I try to run this, it will be not executing anything, because still we are not calling one of this. Okay, now my requirement will be I want to deposit some amount. As of now, we are just giving just, so my requirement will be, I want to deposit some amount. So how to get that? Every time we are trying to use our object reference. So my object reference will be user1 dot. Here I need to use my object method. So here guys, if I try to pass like that, it will be gives you a error. Why? Just see. Because in the previous example, we tried to not passing any value at the user at that time only we can get, but here I am trying to use the positional argument, okay, so that it will build your logic in your argument also. Now here I need to pass some amount called 1000, okay. Now if I try to run this one, so here it will be taking 1000 will be added. Now my requirement will be, I want to check your balance. So as of now, we are not particular thing. So in my show detail, I can get your balance. So now I need to use that particular thing. So user one dot my show details. Okay. So here it will be not taking any mandatory argument. So directly I can use that particular thing. So just a second. Five. Okay. So here I am not writing the F string. Okay. So that's why it is not printing. Now it's going to work. Okay. Now again, I am just trying to run this one. Okay, so first it will be taking 1000 will be added, then it will be display all the detail. Account holder name is Sujit, account holder name. Okay, so here I need to update that balance. Okay, balance. Then the next one will be our phone number. Okay, so guys, here we are trying to give the security for that, because if as of now you just see that everything will be secure, means we cannot directly access, we can use our methods. Okay, now if I try to change your pin, or we can say that set your pin, so as of now previously your pin will be 123. Now if I try to use that particular things one, so 1 dot set pin. Okay, so here I need to create a new pin. As of now 123. So here I'm trying to change 111. So now if I try to run this one, so here it will be not displaying 5. It will be not displaying that particular thing. So just a second, guys. I try to see that. Okay, so guys, just see here it will be said that particular thing, because we are not written anything. Okay, if I try to print a output that after set it will be successfully added. So here successfully added. Okay, successfully added. Now if I try to again call that, it will be print that particular value. Guys, just see here after set that particular successfully added. Means now if you see that sir in the previous also it's same only, but you are changing the parameter. Okay, in the previous we can directly get all the value, but now if I try to use that particular thing, now if my requirement will be, I want to get the balance outside the function. So how to do that? By the help of our object reference only. So object reference will be user1 dot my balance, so bl. Now if I try to call this one, so guys, just see now I need to print whatever the balance I'm getting. So guys, just see if I try to run this one, so guys, just see here it will be give me back account object has no attribute called our BAN. Okay, means we are trying to give this security in the real time also, it going to work like that. Okay, every time it will be created in the backend only. Okay, so that's all for the small project related to our encapsulation. In the upcoming session, we are trying to discuss the second pillars of our OOPS will be inheritance. Okay, so that's all for this session. Thanks for watching Triaright.